A very good morning and welcome back to the second session of the final day of the 2021 version of the annual Rail Safety Conference. We've had a scintillating start to the morning with a very healthy and engaging panel discussion around certainly some of the common issues, of course, to the sector, issues of safety, response of the various agencies to COVID-19 and the pandemic that it has had. And we had to leave the conversation because we are keeping to a schedule, but I imagine there's so much more conversation and engagement to be had. The acting CEO of the regulator will be with us again at the end of the day to wrap up the day, and he has promised to certainly take on one of the issues or a few and highlight and point the way forward as to how we can engage with it and not wait until the next conference in order for us to do so. But once again, thank you very much for that level of engagement. Some of the questions were very, very insightful, and I quite enjoyed the engagement with the panelists and how honest and reflective they were. It's good to be in a platform of this nature where you can be honest with your colleagues. I'm going to ask that you continue, of course, in that vein and use the Discuss tab on this platform to pose any questions you might have for the presenters who are coming up shortly. As always, we also ask you to rate the presenter using the polls tab because at the end of this day, at about 10 minutes to 1 or so, I'll be announcing the best presenter as determined by you. It's your vote that will determine who the winner is. We ask you to rate them on a score of 1 to 6, and of course 6 being I really enjoyed that engagement. I learned so much. I want to learn more. The energy and animation in presenting that topic or subject was really something that resonated with me. It's the person who has the highest aggregate of the scoring and the rating who will then be given the wonderful prize which the regulator will send to you post this conference. As always, when it comes to sessions on this nature, and we continuing with the sub-theme of towards a sustainable railway environment, we have a list of incredible speakers who are going to be speaking to that topic. And the person who will be chairing this discussion and introducing us to each of the speakers, inviting your engagements and asking your questions of the speakers is Nangamso Maponya. Nangamso is a principal investment banking and project finance professional. She's with the Development Bank of Southern Africa. Nangamso, it's lovely to have you on this platform, and I cannot wait to hear the presentations you're going to be introducing to us. Good morning to you.
Good morning, Africa, and good morning to the audience. Thank you very much for that warm welcome. We have seen the two sub-themes and listened and engaged and had a wonderful past 2 days. And I am here to introduce to you the third sub-theme. The first theme talked about embracing the new normal, which talked a lot about the environmental changes, including the changes that was brought about by the COVID-19 pandemic. The second theme was on the innovation in changing environment. The third sub-theme then is based on ensuring that what we produce and achieve under the sub-theme 1 and 2 is not just a once-off solution, but rather a sustainable remedy that will benefit the railway industry for many, many years to come. Stakeholder relations, number 1, and partnerships are most such solutions that can assist in ensuring that our railways are preserved and are designed for prosperity. In line with the railway safety regulator's old-time mantra that safety is all of our responsibility, we can only achieve safety if we all collaborate towards its attainment. One of the key issues, though, is that theft and vandalism have proven to be the biggest challenge in rail, and it keeps rearing its ugly head each time we think it is defeated. This should be a lesson enough that even though we put in so much effort in combating the social ill, we can never win this battle with a silo approach. We need, therefore, to all join forces and contribute towards a common goal, ensuring that we protect both the infrastructure and the people working in the environment. Ladies and gentlemen, I hereby present to you a sub-theme called Towards a Sustainable Railway Environment. As Africa has indicated earlier, please use this, rate the speakers using the polls tab on your right-hand side. You also make use of the discuss tab to pose your questions or make comments as the speakers are talking. We'd like to engage with you a lot as we continue with this conversation. I am now going to present to you, to introduce to you our 5 speakers for today. The first one, who unfortunately couldn't join us for this session physically, Mr. Professor Andrea Gurison, who is from Italy and a CEO of TRA Consulting. Mr. Professor Andrea will be presenting a topic under this subtopic, but focusing squarely on towards a sustainable railway environment. He is representing TRA. TRA is a consulting and a strategic consulting company based in Barcelona and Milan, focusing on the travel, transport, and logistics industries. Through TRA, Professor Andrea has international customers in the railway sector from Europe, the Middle East, as well as Asia. He's been working with the top management like CEOs and presidents in strategic, operational, and regulatory positions. He is an adjunct professor for transport economics at University Milano Bicocca in Italy. In the same university, he's responsible for the development of transport studies. He's also a former visiting professor at the China Academy of Railway Sciences. He is a senior rail consultant for the World Bank, reforming transport sector in Asia and Africa, and a consultant in United Nations for transport sector. Dr. Andrea cooperates and works with several transport authorities, including in the European Commission and many other international institutions. He published several books and analysis in the transport field, quoted on television and newspapers like the Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, BBC, The Economist, and many, many others. So because Professor Andrea couldn't join us, in his space, we will be playing his video. But I continue to present, to introduce to you our second speaker. Our second speaker, who will be presenting a title called Enhancing Safety Standards Across the Borders. Ms. Matselenyane Makwela, who is a specialist under regulatory planning at the Rail Safety Regulator in South Africa. Ms. Makwela is currently serving within the Railway Safety Regulator of South Africa, mainly responsible for the development of railway safety management standards and other regulatory tools. She has been with the railway industry for a period of over 20 years, where she held various positions at middle and senior management, mainly specializing in occupational health and safety management, railway operational and risk management, railway safety management standards and regulations, development, and the implementation of those thereof. She is further serving on the Southern African Railway Association, SARA, and other SADC structures, facilitating the harmonization and implementation of railway safety management standards for the SADC region. She has conducted research studies related to railway safety, risk, and sustainability, and presented papers at various conferences, nationally and internationally. Ms. Makwela's passion is to see the railway industry throughout the SADC region growing and developing through effective implementation and compliance to railway safety management standards and regulations. The qualifications include the National Diploma in Public Health from the Technikon of Northern Transvaal, a BTEC in Environmental Health, a Diploma in Safety Management, and a Masters of Business Leadership from the University of South Africa. Our third esteemed speaker is going to be talking to us about the third-party access, a key driver to sustainable railways. This will be delivered by Ms. Mesila Nhlapo, who is the Chief Executive Officer of African Railway Industry Associations in South Africa. Mesila has over 20 years experience in manufacturing and technical business development and is currently the CEO for African Rail Industry Association, ARIA, a rail industry body with the objective of promoting and protecting the common interest of persons, companies, and organizations within or associated with the industry. This includes creating and harnessing centers of excellence in areas of model choice and integration, safety, education and training, policy, environmental issues, as well as communication. She started her career as a quality control manager at Protec Galvanizers, later headhunted by Stotco Engineering, and has also represented an Italian company, Accent and Fortha. She holds a BCom in marketing and LLB from the University of South Africa with various training certificates from the Institute of Directors. She also has a certificate in the art and science of negotiation skills from the University of Witwatersrand. I now present to you our fourth speaker, who will be talking about how we can address vandalism to enhance railway security. This will be delivered by Mr. Charles Katieba, who is the chairman of Kijura Ridge Logistics. He's a husband and a father of 4. Charles graduated from Zaporozhye Machine Building Institute, which is in Ukraine. He graduated with a master's degree in manufacturing engineering. He joined then the Ugandan Railways Corporation as a trainee engineer in 1984, and in 1986, he was the first person to be posted to the Nalukolongo Central Locomotive Workshops to spearhead the installation and commissioning of workshop machinery and plant. In 2006, he was promoted to Chief Mechanical Engineer. In 2013, he was appointed Acting Managing Director and confirmed in the same post in 2016. He retired as Managing Director in October 2020 and now lives in Fort Portal, where he's engaging in consultancy and small-scale farming. Mr. Katiba is a member of the Uganda Institute of Professional Engineers and the Society of Manufacturing Engineers in the USA. He is also a member of the Board of Governors of Nakawa Vocational Training Institute. Our last but not least speaker for the day will be Ms. Isabelle Fauven, who is a Senior Advisor for Safety and Interoperability in UIC in France. She will be delivering a speech titled Level Crossing and Trespass Incidents, Worldwide Safety Challenges for the Railway Operation. Ms. Fauven previously worked as a sales officer under the export department of Eurocit, being a French exporting company in the field of office furniture and seats. She also served as a sales officer for Bercy Expo in Paris. In 1992, she joined UIC, a worldwide professional association representing the railway sector as well as promoting rail transport. She has been working at UIC in different domains of activities, including high-speed, economics, environment, technology and research, interoperability, and safety. She is now the Senior Advisor for Safety and Interoperability, particularly in charge of level crossing safety, trespass, and suicide prevention issues at the UIC Safety Unit. Isabel also plays a role of a coordinator of the UIC Safety Platform, a program manager and a coordinator of the International Levels Crossing Awareness Day, a unique road safety awareness campaign on a global level, incorporating 40 countries on board. These are amongst many other exciting work that she is doing in the sector. Ladies and gentlemen, we will now be playing a video for Professor Andrea